Welcome back to Midnight Cravings. They say we all wear masks. Sometimes it is a smile to hide the pain. Sometimes it is a perfectly tailored suit to hide a lonely heart. But what happens when the mask you hate the most belongs to the person you love the most? Tonight, we dive deep into the concrete jungle of the corporate world, beneath the flickering fluorescent lights and the hum of air conditioning, where a toxic boss and a perfect online boyfriend collide in the most disastrous way possible. Pour yourself a glass of something dark, lock your door, and let us unravel the twisted, romantic, and terrifying secret of the tyrant's digital secret. The conference room on the 45th floor smelled of stale coffee, expensive cologne, and impending doom. Rain lashed against the floor-to-ceiling windows, blurring the lights of the city below, matching the storm brewing inside the room. Adrian Sterling, the CEO of Sterling Corp., stood at the head of the long mahogany table. He was a man carved from marble and resentment, impeccably dressed in a charcoal three-piece suit that probably cost more than my entire student loan debt. He had a face that could launch 1,000 ships, or sink them, depending on his mood. And today, he was sinking them. Specifically mine, Clara. His voice was smooth, low, and dangerous, like velvet wrapped around a razor blade. He tapped a manicured finger on the leather-bound folder in front of him. Tell me, did you actually write this proposal with your human hands? Or did you let a chicken dance across your keyboard in a fit of epilepsy? The room went deadly silent. I could hear the hum of the projector and the terrified breathing of my colleagues. I stood there, clutching my notepad so hard my knuckles turned white, feeling the heat rise up my neck. I followed the data provided by the analytics team, Mr. Sterling, I whispered, my voice trembling slightly despite my best efforts to sound confident. The data? He scoffed, a cruel, sharp sound that echoed off the glass walls. He tossed my file onto the table with a disdainful flick of his wrist. It slid across the polished wood and stopped right at the edge, threatening to fall, just like my career. If zombies were hunting for brains, Clara, they would walk right past you. Your head is filled with sawdust and cotton candy. This is garbage. Absolute garbage. Get out of my sight before I lose my appetite for lunch. I did not cry. I refused to give him the satisfaction. I simply nodded, swallowed the lump of humiliation that tasted like ash in my throat, and walked out of the room with as much dignity as I could muster. But the moment I reached the safety of my cubicle, nestled in the corner behind a large fern, I collapsed into my chair. My hands were shaking. I grabbed my phone. It was time for revenge. Not the kind that gets you fired, like keying his car or spiking his coffee, but the kind that keeps you sane. The kind that lets you vent the poison out of your system. I opened my secret chat app and messaged him. My online boyfriend. The one I had never met. The one named Jay. Jay, we are done. I typed furiously, my thumbs hitting the screen hard enough to crack it. The tyrant yelled at me again. He humiliated me in front of the entire board. He said, my brain is full of sawdust. But he is wrong. My brain is full of you. That is why I cannot focus on his stupid spreadsheets. We have to break up. I can't do this anymore. It was a lie, of course. A cruel, twisted little game I played. I had been catfishing Adrian Sterling for 6 months. It started as an accident. To blow off steam, I had created a fake profile for a sweet, naive, supportive girl named Baby. I wanted to see what kind of men existed outside of my toxic work bubble. Somehow, I matched with a faceless profile named Jay. Jay was wealthy, articulate, and complained constantly about his incompetent employees. It did not take long for me to realize that Jay's complaints matched perfectly with the insults Adrian hurled at us daily. Jay was Adrian, and I was the perfect, supportive girlfriend he poured his heart out to every night. The reply came instantly. 3 dots danced on the screen, then a flood of messages. What? That old gargoyle yelled at you again? Jay, or rather Adrian, replied, his texts frantic and riddled with typos. No, baby. Do not leave me, please. It is all his fault. Listen to me. Quit that job. Walk out right now. Come work for my company. I am a great boss. I am patient. I am kind. I promise I would never raise my voice at you. I smirked, wiping a stray tear from my cheek. The contrast was insane. The monster who just annihilated me in front of the board, the man who looked at me like I was a cockroach, was now begging me not to dump him via text message. He continued ranting, sending paragraph after paragraph. That bitter, wrinkly old parasite. He is probably just jealous because he is past his prime. I bet he wears diapers. I bet he smells like mothballs and regret. I hope he chokes on his prune juice. A man his age should be in a retirement home, playing bingo, not tormenting my girl. I paused, a wicked idea forming in my mind. The rain continued to pound against the office window, setting the mood for my little trap. Jay, how old do you think my boss is? I typed slowly, savoring the moment. I don't know, he replied instantly. Ancient? Decrepit? Does it matter? He acts like he was born in the Victorian era. I typed slowly, biting my lip to suppress a giggle. He is 28. Silence followed. The typing bubble appeared, then vanished, then appeared again. It stayed there for a long time. Finally, a voice note arrived. I put in my earbuds and pressed play. It sounded like a man on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Baby, his voice cracked slightly. You know I am 28 too, right? Is 28 considered old now? Do you think I am old? For the first time that day, a genuine smile spread across my face. I had him. The next morning, the office felt colder than a morgue. The air conditioning was blasting, but the chill coming from the CEO's office was far worse. Adrian sat at his desk, looking like a haunted Victorian ghost. Dark circles bruised the skin under his eyes. His hair, usually gelled to perfection, was slightly disheveled. He was staring blankly at his computer screen. Clearly, my breakup threat had kept him up all night. He had spent hours begging, pleading, and bargaining with baby until 3:00 a.m. when I finally, graciously, agreed to give him another chance. I thought he would be too exhausted to be mean. I thought perhaps the vulnerability I saw last night would soften him. I was wrong. As I walked past his glass door to get coffee, he spotted me. Clara, he barked. In here, now. I stepped in, bracing myself for another impact. The office smelled of espresso and stress. He looked me up and down with sheer, unadulterated disdain. You are walking like you have nowhere to be, he sneered. Do you think Sterling Corp is a charity for the slow-witted? Do you think we pay you to stroll around looking at the ceiling? No, sir, I muttered, clutching my empty mug. Good, he snapped, then fixed the marketing report. A dung beetle could navigate a maze better than you navigate Excel. And stop smiling. It is unnerving. He was back. The tyrant was back in full force. But this time, it was different. This time, I knew his secret. I knew that under that tailored suit, under that layer of ice and arrogance, was a man who sent crying emojis at 3 in the morning and needed validation from a girl named Baby. Later that afternoon, the elevator doors opened on the ground floor, and I stepped in to head back up after lunch. Inside were Adrian and Toby, our new intern. Toby was 21, fresh out of college, with bright eyes and a soul that hadn't been crushed yet. He was terrified of Adrian. The elevator ride was silent, thick with tension. You could hear the cables humming. Toby, trying to be polite, pressed the button for the executive floor and bowed slightly to Adrian. After you, Mr. Sterling. Age before beauty. As my grandma always says, the air in the elevator dropped to absolute zero. I swear I saw frost forming on the metal railing. Adrian slowly turned his head. His neck moved mechanically. His eyes, usually sharp and calculating, looked hollow and horrified. Age? He whispered, the word escaping his lips like a curse. Do I look elderly to you, Toby? Toby paled, realizing his mistake too late. Sweat beaded on his forehead. No, sir, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant respect. You are experienced, you know, like a wise father figure, a mentor, a father figure. Adrian looked at his reflection in the polished metal doors, staring at his own face as if searching for wrinkles. I am 28, Toby. I am not your father. Right. Of course, Toby stammered, digging his own grave deeper. But you know, 28 is mature. My uncle is 28 and he has back pain and takes supplements and everything. It is a very respectable age. I bit my lip so hard I tasted copper. I had to intervene before Adrian murdered the boy, right there between the 10th and 11th floor. Oh, come on, sir. I chimed in, stepping forward and laying it on thick, my voice dripping with fake admiration. You are in the prime of your life. Look at you. You radiate vitality. You have the skin of a cherub and the energy of a teenager. Why, I bet you are a robust, healthy young stallion. Adrian turned his cold, dead eyes to me. He stared at me for a long, uncomfortable moment. Clara, he said deadpan. Your work is mediocre at best, but your flattery is nauseating. Be quiet. The elevator dinged. Adrian stormed out, checking his reflection one last time in the glass doors. I grabbed Toby by the collar as he tried to scurry away. You idiot, I hissed. Never call him old. He is having a midlife crisis to decades early. I lay on my bed, laughing as I typed. Maybe they have a point. Men over 25 are basically grandparents, Jay. You probably need a cane soon. That is a lie. He retorted immediately, his text coming through in all caps. I am in peak physical condition. I am a stallion. I go to the gym every morning at a.m. I can prove it. I will prove it right now. A photo popped up on my screen. My jaw dropped. I nearly dropped my wine glass. It was a mirror selfie. The head was cut off, but the rest. Oh, my God. Adrian Sterling was shredded. Like superhero movie shredded. Defined V-lines, broad shoulders, and an 8-pack that looked hard enough to grate cheese on. It was a stark contrast to the buttoned-up, stiff CEO I saw every day. See? He texted. No old man body here. I am firm. I am strong. And I miss you. When can we meet? I want to show you in person. I swallowed hard. The game was getting dangerous. Jay was pushing for a meeting again. I felt a pang of guilt mixed with thrill. I can't, I typed. I am shy. You know that. You are playing with me, he sulked. Fine. I am going to take a shower to wash off the stench of this day. I am lonely. Watch me? No. I typed back quickly. Too late. Calling you. Panic surged through my veins. I slammed my thumb over my front camera lens, pressing down hard, and accepted the video call. The screen filled with white steam. I saw expensive gray tiles. I saw a bottle of designer shampoo. And then, I saw him. Adrian was in the shower. He was not wearing the suit. He was not wearing anything. Water cascaded down his broad shoulders, glistening on his skin. He was humming a sad little tune, looking utterly dejected, scrubbing his arm aggressively. Baby, he called out, his voice echoing in the tiled room. Are you there? I know you are watching. Why won't you talk to me? Are you still mad about the age thing? I held my breath. This was wrong. This was voyeurism. This was absolutely crazy. But I couldn't look away. Suddenly, he reached for the soap. His hand slipped on the wet porcelain. The phone slid off the shelf. It tumbled in slow motion, spinning through the air, hitting the shower floor with a clatter and landing. With the camera facing up, for 3 agonizing seconds, the universe decided to punish me or reward me. I saw everything. The water raining down, the steam swirling, and let us just say, the rumors about the CEO were false. He was not lacking. The tyrant was packing heavy artillery. No. Adrian shrieked a high-pitched sound I had never heard before, like a startled cat, and he dove to cover the camera. The screen went black. The call ended. I sat on my bed, hyperventilating. My heart was hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. My nose felt warm. I touched it. Blood. I actually had a nosebleed. I had seen the CEO's assets. All of them. Monday morning was excruciating. I walked into the office wearing large sunglasses, trying to hide the fact that I couldn't look anyone in the eye. The atmosphere was tense. Adrian was even worse. He was pacing around the office like a caged tiger, paranoid. He kept glaring at everyone, scanning their faces, as if trying to figure out if anyone had seen his soul or his body. Bare naked over the weekend, he cornered me near the coffee machine while I was trying to get my caffeine fix. Clara, he said, his voice unusually shaky and low. Mr. Sterling, I replied, studying the pattern on the floor tiles intensely. You seem distracted today. Your face is red. Do you have a fever? Just tired, sir, I said, taking a step back. Hey, try to keep your brain inside your skull today, he muttered, but there was no heat in it. He looked defeated, like a kicked puppy. Later that day, disaster struck. I was in the break room with Toby. We were hiding from work, making tea. My phone was on the counter next to the microwave. I had forgotten to close the chat with Jay. Suddenly, a voice message came through. I fumbled to grab the phone to silence it, but my wet fingers slipped, and I accidentally hit play on speakerphone. Adrian's voice, unmistakable, whiny, and desperate, blasted through the quiet break room at maximum volume. Baby, please. I love you. Why are you ignoring me? Was it the shower thing? I swear I am not a pervert. I just wanted to show you I am not old. Please, give me a chance. I am lonely, baby. Time stopped. The ticking of the wall clock sounded like gunshots. I froze. Toby froze, his spoon hovering midair. And standing in the doorway, holding an empty mug, was Adrian Sterling. He heard it. He heard himself begging. His face went through 5 stages of grief into seconds: confusion, realization, horror, denial, and finally, absolute catastrophe. His face turned a color I didn't know existed on the human spectrum. He looked at the phone. He looked at me. His eyes widened to the size of saucers. "Clara?" he whispered. The word hung in the air. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me whole. I wanted a meteor to strike the building. "Mr. Sterling, it is a podcast." I blurted out, desperation clawing at my throat. "It is a comedy skit. It is AI generated." He did not move. He walked slowly toward me, stepping into the break room like a predator cornering its prey. His gaze was locked on my phone. "That voice," he said, his tone dangerously low, vibrating with intensity. "That is me." He looked up into my eyes, searching deep into my soul. You are baby?" The silence that followed was heavy enough to crush a tank. Toby quietly slid out of the room, leaving us alone. "I can explain," I squeaked. "Explain?" He let out a breathless, hysterical laugh, running a hand through his perfect hair. "You? The employee I call Sawdust Brain, the woman I ridicule daily, is the woman I have been sending shirtless photos to for 6 months? The woman I cried to about my fear of aging?" He stepped closer, trapping me against the counter. I could smell his cologne, sandalwood, and expensive scotch. The air crackled with electricity. So, he murmured, leaning down, his voice dropping to that husky whisper I knew from our late-night calls, the voice that usually gave me butterflies. "You think I am an old, sagging geezer, do you? You think I need prune juice?" I shook my head frantically, pressing myself against the counter. "No, that was just roleplay, just banter." "And the tyrant? The B-list villain? The gargoyle? Creative writing?" I offered weakly, trying to smile. He stared at me for a long, agonizing moment. I thought he was going to fire me. I thought he was going to scream. Instead, his ears turned a violent shade of red. He looked away, covering his mouth with his hand, trying to hide a grimace. "You saw," he mumbled into his hand. "In the shower, you saw everything." I didn't see anything. I lied. It was blurry. It was just steam. "Liar," he whispered, looking back at me. His eyes were intense. "You saw everything. And you saved the photo, didn't you?" He looked at me, and the ice in his eyes was gone, replaced by something else. Hunger? Embarrassment? Relief? "Well?" he challenged, his CEO mask slipping completely, revealing the insecure man underneath. "Was it satisfactory? Or was it old?" I felt my face burning hotter than the sun. "It was very impressive, sir. Very robust." Adrian Sterling, the terror of the business world, let out a breath of relief and actually smiled. A real boyish, charming smile that made my knees weak. "Good," he said, straightening his tie. "Now, unblock me." "And Clara?" "Yes, sir. Meet me for dinner. Tonight, 7 p.m. Italian. Real life. No masks. No fake names. Just us." "Is that an order, sir?" I asked, raising an eyebrow. "No," he said softly, reaching out to brush a stray strand of hair from my face. "It is a plea from Jay. And that, dear listeners, is how I survived the corporate jungle. We are still together, by the way. It has been a year. At work, he is still Mr. Sterling mostly. He still demands perfection. He still frowns at bad reports, but he stopped calling people zombies. But sometimes, during a long, boring board meeting, my phone will buzz under the table. I will look down to see a text from him, sitting right across from me at the head of the table, looking stern and professional. The text reads, "Stop looking so professional. I know what you are thinking. I know you are thinking about the shower. And yes, if you are good, you can see it again tonight." I look up, and for a split second, he winks. I guess even the devil has a soft side. You just have to peel off the digital mask to find it, and just like that, the screen goes dark. A dangerous game, wasn't it? Mixing business with that kind of pleasure. But tell me, did that ending satisfy your craving? Or are you left hungry for more secrets? If a shiver ran down your spine, or if you just suddenly felt the urge to check your boss's age, do me a favor. hit that like button. It lets the algorithm know you are watching. And if you have not already, subscribe and ring that bell to join our community of Midnight Wanderers. We have plenty more stories simmering in the dark, waiting just for you. Until next time, keep your secrets close and your webcams covered. Sleep well if you can.